We're there.
We're there.
That camera. Hey guys, how are you doing?
Hello, everybody. John and Susie here from StarterMomBlog.com. Hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday.
Yes, Tuesday.
Wow.
Funky Tuesday.
What makes it funky?
I just made that up. I don't know. I just feel like it. So we're having an awesome launch challenge for your blog. So if you would like to start your blog and build your online business, then you can do so today for $35. And that will include your hosting, your domain, SSL. John will explain that, what that means. And you'll get the Blog with Number ebook. You'll get the blog growth book. You'll get 200 stock images. You'll get 200
You just keep going, don't you?
money-making keywords. You'll get other extra bonuses and templates if you decide that this is the week to start your blog. And Bluehost is running a huge sale so that you can get a year. I'm still live, right? It's all good.
You're
okay,
going.
cool.
Just keep going,
Right.
baby.
I'm just like,
Goodness gracious.
hopefully I'm not talking to the air.
This.
Got this. So guys, for $35, if you get the basic plan for 1 year with none of the extras, you can have a website today for $35.
Is that $35 a month or $35 a year?
A year. For the year, for your first year, it's $35. You can have a website up. And then if you want to be more DIY, you can actually build everything for free. So it gets a little bit more complicated if you want to use all free tools like WooCommerce and free email marketing, but you can. You can start building your brand and build your blog for $35. Or, you know what? Start that second niche site that you've been thinking about. I know you're thinking about it. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Okay, well, your turn.
So just to recap, because there was a lot in there, there's a page. It's called startermomblog.com/launch. For the next 7 days or so, there's a countdown. Here on the bottom of the page, 6 days, 11 hours, and 40 minutes. We put together, it's about 40 minutes. It's step by step where we walk through the whole shebang. By the end of 40 minutes, with the two of us little goofballs guiding you along the way, you have your first blog made, your first blog post written, published. We show you how to put images in, show you how to put links in, buttons in, all the stuff that you need to get going. And it doesn't need to be any more complicated than that. A lot of people try to make it more complicated. And just because there's a lot, like Susie went through a ton of things there, we put out 3 specific ideas, 3 tips to make your blog successful when you're beginning. And honestly, tip number 1 is be yourself and get this junk off your head. That's just ridiculous.
All right. Well, first of all, do you guys like the bangs? Should I cut some bangs? Well, can we see their comments?
Yeah.
People's chat. I think that would be helpful. The hair. I know. I think it's so cute.
Peter Goddess says that is some hair.
I know.
I think she was talking about my do.
If it matched the colors, I think I kind of would like the bangs. So yay or nay on the bangs?
In the comments, let us know. Let Facebook and YouTube know you care about our hairstyles.
Yeah. I know. It's just fun to play, right? I mean, why do you have to stop? So tell me also in the comments, like, have you guys already started your blog? Where are you blogging? How long have you been blogging? Like, get some engagement. That'd be awesome. Thank you, Keto Goddess. This is super, super fun. Yeah, so if you're just starting your blog, what's a good tip? What's like your number 1 tip for people when they're just starting to build a successful blog?
So we have actually 3 things written down, but I will tell my first tip is don't go it alone. Get a guide, because we have over 100,000 students in our courses at this point, and I kid you not. No, there's always going to be the certain list of questions that everybody's going to have. It doesn't matter how good technology gets. The entire world of blogging can be pretty deep. There's a ton of things to learn. And at first you get stuck in the tech. And then when you get past the tech, you get into the business side. And so I would say find a guide. We'd be honored if it's us, but find somebody that you can relate to, that you can follow. And don't try to figure it all out on your own. Have somebody you can go to for help in the beginning, because it's a journey that you're starting when you're blogging. I know I went off the script there, but that's from the heart.
That's yours, okay? Find somebody and then stick with that one person. Because if you switch different people that you follow, you're going to get different advice. Relate to one person, take their advice, and just follow the plan. And then once you feel more comfortable, then start branching out a little bit more. But what I did in the beginning was just keep my head down and work. So I can get really quickly derailed and or stuck if I start looking around too much, when I do the comparison game, when I see somebody else is doing better, when they have cooler ideas. So what's worked best for me is just kind of put those blinders on and know this is what I have to do. Because after a while, you're absorbing information and you have your plan, and now it's time to go execute the plan. And sometimes it's procrastination by just learning more and maybe this next idea, but then you have all these great ideas, but you never implement. So get to that point where you're like, okay, I have a couple ideas. I'm going to now just put my head down and work, and then stop doing the comparison thing, because that really gets to me.
Yeah, for sure. And about procrastination, I used to work for Toyota for a long time as an engineer, and they had a system called JIT, just in time. Everything about their process, they didn't want to build up tons of inventory and put it on the shelves and all this. I'm not getting into production theory with you, but just in time was like one of the cornerstones of their philosophy. And I think the same way when you're starting your blog, learning, you should do learning as a just in time thing.
Yeah.
If you don't have a blog set up, just learn what you need to learn to take the next step forward. Don't try to inundate yourself with all the things that you might want to learn one day. Learn it as you need it and attack it day by day.
Yeah, because that can be another way of just procrastinating. I have to learn everything before I take the next step, and you don't. It's just little steps every day starts building on each other.
All right. A lot of people like your bangs, by the way, Susie. Yay! Everyone is giving you a ton of love.
Just have to color coordinate them.
And they say I look like an extra in Zoolander, so maybe I can get my blue steel. Get the blue steel look.
Okay.
What is your first thing? Sorry, we're getting off track.
Sorry,
here.
I had a question there.
Get your question.
Yeah. Marsik, I hope I'm saying that right. How long should blog posts be? All right, that's a good lead-in for the next thing we want to teach you guys. But blog posts should be around 1,000 to 2,000 words. The longer, sometimes the better, if it's good content. Don't just put fluff in there. Don't just ramble. Like, good content, meaty, link to different types of mediums like videos, maybe a podcast, maybe link to other websites that are helpful, add images, add charts, add a freebie, a downloadable. Yeah, I would say 1,000 to 2,000 words. It's a sweet spot around the 2,000 words. You could also go longer if you wanted to.
I'm going to give you one more layer to that answer. There's two types of content. Like if you're going after a pillar post, pillar being it's competitive. A lot of people are looking for that answer to that question, and there's a lot of people trying to answer that question. You're going to need to have a more in-depth blog post to answer that question. But there's also something called long tail. Let's just say they're kind of obscure. It's still relevant for your industry. It's still something that you need to answer, but not many people are really attacking it. Maybe it's a layer or two deeper. Those can be shorter and more to the point of answering it. I would say if it's a longer tail, more obscure thing you're going after, 1,000, 2,000 words is perfect. And then when you want to go for this pillar post, like the ultimate guide to your industry, go for that 3,000 and go for world-class content on those. And when you're first getting started, it's going to be hard for you to take that ultimate guide post and win with the rankings. So you can go after those little ones, build up some momentum, show Google you answer questions that people care about, and then you can get more competitive as your blog ages and becomes stronger in the eyes of Google and the rest of the internet deities.
I agree.
Sweet.
All right. So another tip for me when you're just starting with your blog, or if you've been blogging for a little bit, but you're kind of losing momentum or confidence, would be to get a buddy, get a friend. You didn't touch on that? No, you didn't. No,
get it.
Don't go at it alone. I've been super blessed and lucky, and John's been there since the beginning. We've been in this together. So having a friend, having somebody that you can talk to is so helpful. Another little plug, if you already started your blog and your friend hasn't, then you could even gift her own website for $35. I mean, that's a pretty cool gift to give a friend.
I like that.
Right? If you have a cool best friend, you easily go buy them a gift card for $25 or $35 or maybe $40, whatever. But you can give her a website, and maybe that will boost her confidence. And now you have a buddy, and you kind of roped her in. Now she's a blogger with you, and now you're in this together.
I love it.
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of times I see my mom friends kind of get a little lonely, get a little recluse, stay in their houses, don't really want to share. I mean, this could be a cool kind of gift to help a buddy blog with you. I mean, it's helped me. In the beginning, I really relied on my blogging buddies and my friends. And now that I have a dedicated friend, I'm pretty good.
We're friends for a long time there, honey. So get used to me.
9 years.
Another thing. So when COVID hit and all this stuff, we used to go to the YMCA, the gym, and take the kids to the fitness center there and all that stuff. And when the whole world changed, we invested in our home gym. And we're having more fun being goofy little kids together in the garage in the mornings before we drop the kids off at school. And it's given us both motivation. We've learned things about each other. We're motivating each other daily basis. It's that slow, steady, continuous improvement together. And so any skill can be that way.
Yeah.
And unless it's something that's like uber private and like you need this to like just be with yourself, that's fine. But then you're not probably going to try to build that into a business. But if you're trying to go after the business side, you're building some skills. There's a lot to learn. Do it with a friend. It's definitely the way to go. And then for me, next thing I would say, I suffer with this myself. I do like to find the most elegant solutions, and sometimes I will dig down into that bunny hole to find a better solution. But in the beginning, you don't need it. As Susie mentioned, you can get started you need to pay rent to your landlord, which is what web hosting is basically you need to have a little storefront on the internet. But once you're there, you don't need to spend any more money. You don't need to make it any more complicated than it needs to be. Once you know, like what we're telling you here on this live of, find content people care about, find questions they're asking, answer those questions, and do it day in and day out. You don't need to spend much more money than that. You can install a plugin and accept payments on your website and start selling your own products. You can just go to Facebook and build a community there as well. There's so many things you can do, but if you try to do everything, you won't get better at anything. Pick a couple of skills, master those skills, and move on and advance as the time is right.
Yeah, and I've loved blogging because I'm not the best person at social media. We go live every once in a while like this, kind of when the mood hits. Sometimes I post on Instagram. Most of the time I forget. There was a couple months that I forgot my Instagram password and I didn't log in. I'm not the best person on social media. So I like that I can write a blog post and it goes out and I do it really well and it goes into Google and I get Google traffic where I don't have to be in front of the camera all the time. I don't have to put my happy face out there and be like, look at my smiling picture. And I don't know, sometimes I have my days and I would rather than sit in front of my computer, write a blog post and then let that work for me than curate these beautiful pictures where I don't always want to dress up. My kids don't want to dress up. You don't want to dress up. So I've really enjoyed blogging more and building my brand through that than social media.
Yeah, I think so often we're thrown into so many noisy things on social media and comparison games. This person's doing webinars. This person's doing challenges. This person's doing blogging. This person's doing podcasting. And you feel that because you see somebody who is successful doing a tactic, in order for you to be successful, you also need to do that tactic. And then that can be okay if you look at one person and see what they do and replicate that. That's okay. That's a solid strategy. That's called mentorship. But when you see somebody else the next day and you add on their tactic and somebody else and add on their tactic, you're going to be so flustered. Like break it down to the simplest business model possible. You need a way to find customers. That could be through blogging. That could be through podcasting. That could be through Facebook, organic, or ads. Pick one. You're good. Move on. You need some way to serve them, whether that's selling digital products, whether that's doing services, whether that's recommending products from other companies and getting affiliate commissions. Pick a model. You're good. Check that box. And then run with that and do it day in and day out. And slowly, as you get better at those tasks, if you chose blogging, you get great at that. If you choose digital products, you get good. You have a funnel working. Then you can add something else on. But don't try to do it all in the beginning because it's the night's darkest just before the dawn. Like you might just almost be to that point where you start getting that traffic and it starts growing when you abandon it and go to something else. Like no, push through and you'll find that momentum.
I like that. That's good. Should snip that out and that'd be like a little blurb. I like that. That's pretty good.
Appreciate that.
Awesome.
Here's looking at you, kid.
Any questions from our audience?
Flip over this tab here. Alrighty.
Jamie says, I started my blog 2 weeks ago. Haven't launched yet. 3 posts written and edited so far. 3 more in the works. Really High anxiety on hitting the launch button. Yes, I get anxiety too. Every Monday, if I'm on time, before I send my broadcast to my subscribers, I have anxiety. I reread that broadcast over and over. And I make sure all the links work. And then I make sure the subject line is not spelled incorrectly. It is nerve-wracking. It's scary, like putting something out there and thinking people are gonna see it. But it's also okay. Like if you did make a mistake, if for a blog post, you can just go and edit it and take the mistake out, fix the spelling error, whatnot. But if you make a mistake, that shows other people that you're human and that you're normal and that you're relatable. And we all make mistakes. We all mess up. And unless you're doing something that won't make your grandma proud, unless she's going to be kind of frowning upon you, then do it. Then share with the world and share your advice. And what's the worst that can happen? You help somebody, like that's going to be awesome.
For sure. Another thing to think about, Jamie, is consider if you never hit publish. Consider if you never launch. Like, what there's people out there who you can help that due to fear on the inside, which is totally understandable, they may never get the help that they need. That you might be the person that they will relate to. You might be the person that can actually get them unstuck with whatever it is you're helping them get unstuck for. So if sometimes like you feel that internally you don't have the confidence for it, maybe think externally. Think about who you can help if you push through that fear. And again, remember, if it's your first few blog posts, I'm sorry to tell you this, you're not going to have 1 million page views tomorrow. So you can launch it and nothing's really going to be different. And as soon as you hit that first launch, as soon as you get that coming soon button off of your website, you've entered into a different chapter in your business. And that's the fun part where it doesn't get scary anymore. I mean, like Susie said, there's always some anxiety because you're putting yourself out there. But with everything else, every repetition when you're lifting weights, the same weight gets easier and easier. Doing the same thing gets easier and easier as you keep going. So I would encourage you to push through. I think everybody in the chat, like say, you can do this, Jamie. And I want to see Jamie publish 1 article today. It would be awesome.
And then share it in the chat.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know if they can share links in the chat. If they can, please do. Otherwise, let us know. Yeah. So let us know where you're coming from, Jamie. We are here to support you.
Awesome. I love that. Just in time.
Yes. The keto goddess just in time for sure.
In case. Cool.
Learn just in time, not just in case is a smart guy. Yep. Whoever said that's even more eloquent than me, but I will still take
Erica's. Okay, guys, this is going away now.
You getting a headache?
No, I just...
Erica says, how do you stay motivated? I'm having a hard time starting your blog. Get that squirrel. Where is there a squirrel in our office?
I just like that looked way too yellow. This is better. All right.
So Erica's asking, how do you stay motivated? You're having a hard time starting your blog. So
man.
Erica, I would ask you, why are you starting a blog? And I think the motivation there, everybody in their life has to have that true north. I think if you don't have some direction that's external of yourself, or even if it's internal, but it's something that's strong, that's driving you to take your daily actions, any wind is going to change the direction of your sales. Like if you don't know the star that you're pursuing, if you have your own North Star, whether that's faith, whether it's economic, whether it's, whatever yours is, and you're saying you're having a hard time starting your blog. So if you're in the planning phases and you're not sure what to blog about, there's a certain answer there. So let us know where you're at. We'd love to go deeper on that. But the first thing is going back to when Susie and I got our start. It was to get me here,
right here,
next
right
to you.
Yes.
And truth be told, like recently, we've been happy. and I say that in a funny way because the goalpost continues to move, right? When I did come home and we got to a position where we found that routine, we found that motivation, we're looking for that next North Star because like mission accomplished, and we're very happy with that. So it is a moving target, but you need to have a target. So you add on to that.
No, it's true. You have to have that reason why you're doing this, that big why. Because if you don't, then everybody else is going to give you a why.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're going to think, oh, I need to go after that nice car. Oh, I need to go after that Fendi purse. I don't know what people buy. I'm mostly a Target and a Marshalls person.
Target
and Marshalls. Marshalls is actually pretty legit. They got some good stuff.
Nice.
For cheap. And find that why. Like initially when I started the blog, the big goal was to get John home. But I'm like, okay, well, that's too huge. I can't do that. It was to make enough money so that I can walk into Target and feel like I can buy anything. I just wanted to go into Target and feel like a millionaire. All right. I don't want to be there and like look at prices. I'm like, if I want that shirt, that $12 shirt, I'm going to buy that $12 shirt because I made my money online and well, with my blog. All right. So that was my first goal. Sorry. I'm goofy.
I love it.
Going to Target like a boss. And then it was to start paying the mortgage. So we had a big mortgage, had to pay the mortgage, right? Then it was to pay the mortgage off. And I'm like, woo, got that one. And then eventually it was to get John home. And you guys know the story. But now, like you said, you're home. We're happy. The mortgage is paid off. We're very, very happy right now. So now our goal is to help you guys get there. Like that internal goal, like John said earlier, went from internally, what can we do for ourselves? Now it's to like you guys. How can we get you to walk into Target like you own the place, or to retire your spouse?
I love that so much. I can't relate to that, but I love that so
just
much.
Think it in your head. What if you like walk into Best Buy and be like, buy anything?
That's my aisle.
It's my aisle. All those digital cameras.
My bargain bin. Ooh, I like that digital camera.
All the cameras, all the webcams, and the microphones.
Techie guy.
All right. So find your big why.
So, as Susie kind of alluded to, we are switching our goal from the things we just covered into helping you more.
Yeah.
We have some really cool ideas that are still under wraps, but leave a 1 in the chat if you would like us to dedicate some future content on our plans in the fall. We have something kind of cool we're cooking up for you. Let us know by leaving a 1 in the comments if you'd like to know what we're doing, just so we can like clearly see it instead of, you know what I mean? You know,
okay. I
learn from people's. All right, cool. So that was awesome. I really enjoyed that.
Leave it 2 if you don't want to know.
Don't do that. Leave 2 1s if you don't want to know. Kanyisa asks, I need help with promoting it on Pinterest.
All right.
Not my game.
Pinterest. Oh, man. When I'm on Pinterest, try to pin new things to personal boards that are relevant. Golly, the strategy back in the day was to pin a lot and pin often. And now it's quite the opposite. It's to pin new stuff less frequently. My girl Carly is phenomenal at Pinterest. I will drop a link of her products and courses below, and she's like a Pinterest expert. So I do cover Pinterest and the strategies that I have done in my courses and on the blog, but she is like deep dive into Pinterest. So I'll leave her link soon.
I love it. Beatriz has a question. Mom of two under years old. I am currently studying the Blog by Number course, which is love. Thank you for being a student. I have
see the rest of it.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I have Bluehost, but also feel I'm stuck on how to start writing your first blog post. Is the workshop kind of like a complement to the course? So the workshop's goal is to get you up and running and moving forward. It doesn't go as deep into the Blog by Number course. There's a lot in the course on writing blog posts. This is more of the quick hit, the get you going as quickly as possible so you're off to the races. But inside the Blog by Number, Susie, you want to elaborate on the first blog post?
Yeah, so we cover 3 different types of blog posts and how to write them, how to structure them in the Blog by Number course. So if you already have that, then just keep going through those lessons and then uncover how you can write the content. We have something that we've been using recently that we might want to show you guys. We just want to refine it a little bit, but it's how to write blog posts really quickly with the help of AI.
Artificial intelligence.
So if you're interested in that, I guess this is just like a fact-finding live right now. If you're interested in learning how to write your blog post with the help of AI and make it faster, leave a 3 in the comments. Here we're going with numbers. We're going to have to remember what the 3 was and what the 1 was.
Yeah, that's going to be tricky.
I'm going to write it down.
Yep. And I have some videos on this tool. We're still fleshing it out, but from what we've seen, it could be a game changer when it comes to eliminating writer's block forever.
Yeah.
Keto Goddess says, so your next husband needs to be an engineer.
What about your current husband? Can be
Chasing 3 rabbits, catching none. Absolutely.
That's cute. I could just see you're like, didn't get anyone in.
Kim has a great question. Maybe you missed this, but how do you find what people are asking? Yeah, so right now we're fancy. We're multi-streaming. So we're streaming live to YouTube and Facebook. So you might be seeing only some of the conversations in your stream. Whatever app you're on, there's some live chat there. But I'm trying to put them up on the screen, so you got to be quick.
Thanks, Courtney. She is loving my haircut. But
Courtney!
I just ripped it off. You guys know. $11 on Amazon for this little piece of hair.
She came out. I was downstairs with the kids, and she walked in and was like, what did you do? There's something different. I don't know exactly what it is, but
I'm like, I had a stressful day. I cut my bangs.
Oh, thank you for giving Jamie that encouragement to hit publish.
Awesome.
Oh, we miss you, Courtney.
Just reminded me of my friends taking off their wigs. I mean, that's fine. I'm going to get a nice, big wig. I'm going to enjoy it. Just want to go to Target and buy everything.
Okay, this is one we can definitely talk to.
Yeah.
Mr. M says, I started 3 blogs, but after 1 year, I feel burned out. Should I sell them, outsource more content, or just keep them?
Yeah, I would simplify.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So if you have 3 blogs, then I would keep the one that you're most passionate about, the one that you love the most, so the one that you want to grow and spend time in. That could be the one that's making the most money. That could be driving you. Or it could be the topic that you like the most, and you don't care too much about monetizing it that well, but you have that topic, and if you're passionate about it, you'll find a way to monetize it. So my personal advice would be pick one and grow it, and then the other 2, decide if you want to sell them or outsource them.
Yeah. And on top of that, every business has multiple hats to wear. So you might find that you're not really into the whole writing aspect, but you like other parts of the business. Maybe you like doing marketing on Facebook. Maybe you like creating content and maybe connecting with people and doing podcasting. So if you find that you're burnt out because you're trying to wear all these hats for 3 different businesses, you're probably just burned out because you're trying to do too much. So if you find that certain activities lift you up and other activities drain you more, I'd encourage you to find a teammate. Doesn't have to be an employee. You can figure out, there's tons of ways of doing this. For example, Susie and I, we have complementary skills. I'm a geek, and she is awesome and focused and a producer and a hard worker, and she cares about the students. And so together we can kind of share those hats pretty effectively. So depending on where the source of your burnout, I would do a little bit of internalizing and digging in to see why you're burnt out and decide if it's time to cut loose some things, whether that's some businesses or some activities within those businesses, and round out your weaknesses with other people's strengths.
I like that.
Where do we go here?
Uh-huh. All right. Oh, you're at the bottom.
Oh,
thank you, Keto Goddess.
You rock, Keto Goddess.
Oh, I miss you too, Courtney. Come visit. Oh, yeah, you're in Texas now, which we might not come to Texas anymore. We'll chat.
Long story.
Long story.
Jamie, awesome. You'll give yourself a deadline to launch by 3 p.m. today, 2 hours to finish and refine. That is awesome. If you want to, feel free to put your website link into the description. We'd love to give you some good juju and leave your first comment on your blog.
That's awesome. Robin says, how do you really find out what to blog about?
How do you?
Whew.
How do you do so?
Well, I mean, the very simple answer is you see what Google is telling you. So you go into your topic, and there is a blog post on my blog. If you search for blog post template or first blog post, it's something around there. And it goes through the steps of finding out actually what people are saying and asking about on your topic. Yeah, that one. That one's pretty good. I like that one. And if you scroll down through it, it's legit. And it refines kind of, people go to Google to get answers, right? And those answers are provided by websites and blogs that we create, that we serve and push into the world. So see what people are asking, start brainstorming kind of all the questions they ask, and that will start refining it. What's that website you went to recently? It was
Ooh.
kind of like, yes. I'm like, yeah, we should share that with them. It wasn't Answer the Public. It was another one.
Keep going. I need to dig into my memory bank on this one.
I mean, that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
was it a tool or was it a website?
Just a website. And it's free. All right. So I put the link to this blog post in the comments. You should see it, but it's also startmomblog.com/first-blog-post-template. All right. I will have to think on that. I'll have to look around for it for a second.
Yeah. Yeah, that tool was so cool. All right. Well, I'm like, give me a question. Are we on or is that?
We're on.
Okay.
That's what they say.
Give myself a month to write an ebook, almost done and ready to
launch. Yay!
Launch. Awesome. So if you look for that, I can talk to Riley.
Okay. Talk to Riley.
All right, Riley. Hopefully you have some kind of wait list of people that are excited about the ebook if you're going to be selling it. I would give you a couple of tips while you're still not completely launched it. If you haven't warmed up your audience yet or your list, kind of start talking about the ebook, which I'm sure you've done. Like you're like, yeah, I've done that. Get their input. Like say you're on a chapter, ask for their input. Like, can they give you any feedback? Make them feel like they're part of the creation process so that when you launch it, they feel like they were on the journey with you. You find it?
No,
oh man.
We'll find it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. It'll pop into your head.
Yeah, of course. Can't think of my feet like that.
Anything else?
So I think final just reminder. So I'm going to go to Start a Mom Blog. Even if you go just to our homepage, startamomblog.com, you'll see for the next 6 days, we have a little banner down here to build your blog and earn some prizes. So you can click on that. We put this challenge together just for you guys because it is the best time. It's the best deal that I think we've seen from Bluehost. And the reason why we're focusing on this deal is because a lot of people are trying to start on a shoestring budget. And
sorry.
That's all right. And that's why, like, we don't charge thousands of dollars for our courses. We feel you. You're our people. We know, like, we've been there too, and we're just frugally minded, and we understand the importance of being in that space. So this is the time. If you've been thinking, but you're like, I don't know if I want to commit, you can commit $30 and then try for a year and put in. And I would suggest put in $30, get started, and see how long you can go before you really need to invest further. Just getting started, even just hang out on our blog and like ask some questions to us. And you don't need to go and invest thousands of dollars in courses, but you need to get started. It is not an overnight success model, which is why just getting going and learning the skills and doing that just-in-time learning is critical for the success. So if you're interested, if you think that might be the time for you, startamomblog.com/launch is pretty sweet.
Awesome. So what I would suggest, say you're still thinking like, I know I should start a blog. I know I should build a brand online. I don't really know how this is going to turn into a business one day, but I know the whole world is going online, right? And we've seen that the last year or so, everything is online. You want to have some type of online presence if you want to start building something and make a business in the future. I would suggest get the deal. It's $35. If you do the basic plan of Bluehost, you get a free domain. That's the URL at the top of your browser. It's $35 for the entire year. And somebody just asked, I think Robin or Riley, right?
Robin.
That's it. That's all you need to pay. You don't need to pay for anything else. You can start a website for $35 for your first year. I would highly suggest go get your name. So get RileyBlanton.com. And then just kind of learn how the whole process works. Learn how to write a blog post. Learn how to make a website. But then you have your domain name and you have your name where that could be rare. John can't find his name. Somebody else bought it.
I found it. It's taken.
But I have SusieWhitford.com. There's nothing really on it, but I have my own brand. I have my own name that I've bought. I don't know what I'm going to do with it one day, but it's mine and I claimed it. Put that stake in it. So if you don't really know yet what to blog about, go get your name, go brand it, go learn the whole process. And as you're learning, you're going to discover what you really need to do.
Yeah, and to answer Robin's question, it's only $30. You thought there were additional fees. As you go in the challenge, we walk you through the actual purchase process, and we do talk about some of the upgrades that they offer to you, but they're upgrades. They're something that you can consider. And in the challenge, I actually recommend, hey, if you're not like fully sure yet, go basic and grow from there. You can always invest more as your business grows and reaps profits, right? That's how businesses grow.
Just-in-time tools too.
That's right. Unless you're me, I'm going to buy something today later. I'm so excited.
All the tools.
I love it. But yeah, I think it's like $36 to be honest, like to be fair for the first year of the basic plan. So yeah, that's awesome, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We've got 44 people live right now.
We appreciate you guys.
Dealing with our goofiness. Have a great day.
We'll see you guys later.